Iguana shedding and what to look for. Now, as babies, iguanas shed almost constantly as they grow from one end to the other, and they will need a little bit of help from time to time, but mainly they just need something to rub against to get the old shed skin off. Now, if a baby iguana is not constantly shedding, that's usually a bad sign and they're sick and need to go to the vet. Now, as adults, they do continue the shed a little bit slower, maybe only a few times a year, and you can help them by letting them rub on things. You can pull on the skin a little bit, but you got to be very careful. Don't pull past the point where it's not already loose, or you could damage their skin. And if you look at Gizmo here, you can see that her back is getting ready to shed, but only the back half of her back. You can see by the color change, it'll look gray, blue, or just opaque looking, milky looking. And you can see on Binti here, he's getting ready to shed one whole side of his back and belly. You can tell by the color change. Now here's another view of that. You can see that it's going all the way up to his neck, and then it stops right there, but it goes all the way back to his hip. Now here in this picture you can see the top part of his nose is getting ready to shed because of the color change. And in this day, just the end of his nose, where his nostrils and along the side of his top jaw is getting ready to shed. Now here, the rest of the back half of his head and around his eyes is getting ready to shed, and the one leg. Now here, he's getting ready to shed his back leg from the ankle all the way down to the foot. And here, the front leg of Gizmo, her foot and ankle are getting ready to shed. And if you look at this picture, Binti's foot and ankle is getting ready to shed, and the bottom of the base of his tail too. Now, we all want our iguanas to have really long, beautiful spikes, but there's a few things you got to be careful of. You don't want to pull them off when they get ready to start shedding. When they start to turn opaque or blue looking, you want to just work them loose at the base, and when they're ready to come off, they will. If you try pulling them off too soon, you can damage the tips, and then the next time they won't want to come off at all. And if they don't, then when you give them baths, water can get up underneath those and rot the new spikes underneath. And when the new spikes come in, they won't be as tall. And you can also bend those spikes, and you can bend them in half. And if that happens, the next time they shed, they can lose the top half of the spike. You can see that on Woody here. He's had both problems. Now, giving daily baths really help iguanas shed a whole lot. And for baby and young iguanas, you can put a flat rock or a flat piece of wood in there, something for them to hold on to. So that way they feel more comfortable and more safe in the water, and will spend more time in the water. Now, if your iguana poops and gets it all over himself, you can use ferret shampoo to wash them. You don't want to use regular soap or shampoo because it'll dry their skin out, make it harder for them to shed. And so you can use a little bit of ferret shampoo to wash them. If they're having a harder time shedding, you can also use a little bit of mineral oil or even just a little bit of Vaseline you can rub on the skin where the shed is trying to come off. Not a whole lot, just a little bit, just to try to moisten the skin to help them out a little bit. Now, this will also help the iguanas with their kidneys and make them feel better by getting baths and warm showers. Now, when you get back to your habitat, the use of really high quality UVB lighting also helps their skin function properly, so that when it comes time to shed, it can release better and the new skin will be nice and healthy. The UVB lighting also kills bacteria, mold, or mildew trying to grow on the outside of their skin as well, so it's a lot healthier situation to have them in, and a lot more natural too, considering all the humidity they need to be healthy in their habitats. The use of a spray or misting bottle is also a good idea. You can mist them 2 or 3 times, 4 times a day, and it helps their kidneys function good and makes them feel good, keeps the humidity up. But you want to also wash these out at least once a week with warm soapy water so no bacteria builds up inside the bottles. Well, I hope this video has helped. Thanks for watching.